Can you ask Kevin about Paul Ferris? I know they did time together and Paul speaks highly of Kevin. Thank you.
Well, the wee man. So Paul was the first person I met, and I landed in Franklin. I arrived there and I walked into like a big barn type prison, new to me. And the wee man come up to me, he's going, "Way hey Kevin lad." No, I knew that's a fucking Geordie accent. Punch ball thing, you fucking broke it, man.
Yeah,
you broke it.
They got me up the fair, didn't they, Milton Keynes? They said the Travers, they said some big bloke coming up there. Kid Brecken, can you stand here tonight? I said, "Is that Matt Legg?" "Yeah, big." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I want What's that, lad?
Hi everyone, so I'm very happy to have special guest today, Kevin Lane. It's his birthday, so he's coming to Milton Keynes. We're going to have a night out. Well, next week, his birthday.
Yeah.
And Norman Buckland as well. How you doing, Norm?
Guv'nor, hello! This man I'm proud to meet, mate, and you. I'm proud to be with you guys.
First time
thank you.
First time Norman and Kev have met. We're going to pop out after this for a little celebration. And we've got the subs questions for Kev and Norman. I've got a few questions as well. But firstly, how are you both doing? How are you doing, Kev, first?
Okay, I'm fine, thank you. Busy, but yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Good.
It's just an honour to meet you, sir. And it's an honour to be with Matt Legg as well. You know, I got put into a little bubble years ago with the Roy Shaw, Lenny McLean, Cliff Fields, who was that? Ricky English and Joey Pole. Listen, guys, I love all you guys for being part of your bubble, like, and I'm just honoured to be amongst you, lot. You know what I mean? I can never be better than any of you, like, but just to be amongst these guys.
What I'm saying is you respect Roy Shaw and Lenny, and you're proud to be part of that.
I'd like to keep that's why I keep going, "Who's the governor?" It's not me trying to show off. The last thing I want to do is fight anyone. I'm an old man now. But I want to keep their spirit alive. Keep Lenny and Roy up there at all times, and along with Cliff Fields and everyone else.
Thank you, mate. I've got to say as well, Dave Gunn is on the way, but he's stuck in, I think there's been a bad accident on the M1, so Dave Gunn hopefully will be in at the end of the interview. So Kev, what have you got planned at the moment? You got anything coming on TV?
I have actually. I've got a documentary in relation to someone I kidnapped once, and I've spoke about it in the past. But the fact of it, I've been, be honest with you, you're going to get an exclusive first here, very briefly, is that whenever I say I kidnap someone, I say I kidnapped the wrong fella, straight away to bring shame on me, all right, as if I've got it wrong and all the rest of it. But the facts of that are now, because there's possibly going to be a documentary on Channel 4, is that no, I didn't commit the wrong fella. This fella was put up by his work colleagues and the local community, collectively across the board. But he was put up as a ruse. But I didn't want to tell people that, but that's going to come out in the documentary. Yeah, I did kidnap someone. He was the wrong fella, but not by my mistake. But for all this time I've been telling people, I've just been taking it on the chin, trying to just get something back. So I'll be doing that soon.
Right, and that was, and you've actually become friends with the man you kidnapped.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, he's great, Will.
Will, yeah.
Yeah, Will's great. He's got the right little character, I'm telling you.
Did you do a TV show? Is that the TV show that you did together? Redemption, is it?
No, we did one restorative justice.
Restorative justice, is it? So it was a bit more than a kidnap, wasn't it? You ran him over and everything, didn't you?
Did some terrible things to him. I bloody ruined his life.
Yeah.
But you don't know that until you meet the person and you think, fucking hell, my action's done that. I mean, I'm not going to go into it, but I ruined a man's life. He went on homeless, he slept on the street, he turned to drink and he turned to drugs, he lost contact with his family, he couldn't sit in the front car of a seat, he wouldn't get in the car if somebody didn't know, he would go shopping late at night, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, because he was always worried about who was around in case anyone was going to come and take him. He always thought that I was going to come and get him for me getting bird. So I done to him, terrible.
The reason you did it, you thought he put a knife to a woman and a baby, which is understandable in that sense, but as you said, it was the wrong bloke, and what a man to forgive you for that.
Oh, do you know what, when you sit there, restorative justice, Norman, will do more for a criminal than a course where they're nodding dogs and just copying someone's work. When you see someone in front of you, you've genuinely affected their life. They're not milking the system by wanting to tell their story all the time. The impact on what I'd done to Will changed me there and then.
Good
in
man.
A massive way.
I respect him for that. That's brilliant.
And I thought, you aren't going to put shame on me for what I've done to you. Although I knew what I'd done was as I've just explained. But I thought, no, I'm going to give you something back. And that's why I've been taking on the chin while. So I took the wrong, I got the wrong fellow.
I suppose immediately after you found out he was the wrong person, did you obviously felt guilty immediately?
No, because it was only till he told me that he come clean with it all, that he was the ruse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was known.
Yeah.
But I found out, but like, first off, I mean, even the police believed that he'd stole £100,000 worth of equipment and had threatened the girl with a knife and that. They proper give it to him. Took him out of hospital after what I did to him and give it to him. And saying like, we'll fucking do more to you than what he done to you and all stuff like that. Now, bear in mind, he was in hospital for a week, couldn't remember his name.
Yeah.
So they just found the phone number in his pocket, they phoned it, and they said, oh yeah, blast, such and such is missing. And he'd already been reported missing from when I kidnapped him for 2.5 days, or 3.5 days or so. Hadn't turned up since I took him away. So they was already looking for him. Of course, wallet would come up on a computer, and you can imagine what came with that.
Yeah. When will that restorative justice programme, is that?
This is with Channel 4.
So it'll be out sometime?
Yeah, we've banged up Tim Whitwell and his crew, and his team.
Banged up's going well.
Really well, yeah.
I was a little bit disappointed. You weren't in it as much in the last episode, was you?
That's because I stay in my cell.
Is that
I do my bird behind the door.
Yeah, it seems to be all the ones that are kicking off, because you're a peacemaker, essentially, and it seems to be the other ones that are kicking off. But, well, like when we was in there, you were the peacemaker for the young offenders wing, because there were so many troublemakers on there. So you were there to stop trouble, which is what we do, isn't it? We try to prevent people having fights and all this. And
people like that in prison, they're too keen to see other people fight.
Yeah.
All the time. They love it.
They love it, yeah.
Instead of saying, no, they're not fucking fighting. No, they're not. They don't have to, no.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you two? Don't have to come to violence. That's my point.
I'd rather stop it as well.
Peaceful.
Certain times you have to throw a few hands because it's got to that point, and then if it comes to the point where you have to fight, I will.
The only time I've ever tried to kiss someone was been a woman. I thought that would stop her immediately. Or I hoped it would.
Did it? I'll put my glasses on, I can't see properly now. So we've got, this is my mate Paul O'Connor. Thank you, Paul, he's from Milton Keynes. Ask Kevin how he deals with the bitterness he feels against the powers to be that put him behind the door for something he never had part of. Cheers, Paul.
Took me some time to get my head round being banged up in prison. Pat Purcell said to me, if you don't direct your anger somewhere, it'll change your personality, Kevin. It'll make you resentful and bitter and stuff like that. And he said, you'll lose your character. And then he said, no, this is your life. You've got to make this your life now. Whatever reason, just get on with it. Make it the best you can whilst you're in it.
That's brilliant advice, because it drains you, negativity.
Fucking, and
so that's good advice.
Straight away, I just grabbed it and thought, I am.
Because you're cheerful anyway, so to get bitter would be opposite to your character, wouldn't it?
Opposite to that. And then some years after that, I thought, well, things happen for a reason. And whatever my path is, like, and I say it in my book, like life shuffles the cards.
Yeah.
We get dealt a hand, and we have to play with the best hand that we get. So that's my hand. And I thought, well, whatever it is now, I always say, if I'm in the strip cells, naked, fucking shivering my nuts off, a cock 9 inches small,
shriveled up a bit
because it was cold, I think it can only get better.
Yeah, lovely.
And that's it, really. So, no, I just said, well, it's meant to happen for a reason.
And you've always got to try and take positives. I try and take positives out of any situation. So it's difficult, obviously, when you're doing 20 years, but if you don't take the positives, what else are you going to do?
Just sit there and, like, I'm rather be half pint full.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. Nice one. Norman, I've got a question for you. Cheers, Paul. Norman, this is from Vinny Keogh, 77. Cheers, Vinny. Norman's a tough bloke, but can you ask him, was there anyone local to him who he thought you wouldn't want to tangle with in your prime, that is?
Oh, the sparring partners, yeah. There's a fella in Aylesbury called Chris Ponter, martial arts. I think he was a third Dan down. I was a light heavyweight, only 17, and there was Daryl Brown as well, Ray Lewis. There were some good boys, good boxers.
Yeah.
Good boxers, like, you know, over Milton Keynes there was Charlie Johnson.
Yeah.
Who's the other?
Charlie watches this, so if you're watching Charlie in Australia.
Yeah. I mean, I was in with the best at an early age, like, so I learnt respect. But the point is, I wasn't a bully.
Who wouldn't you want to tangle with on the street, though, as well?
On the street, I would say I had respect. I didn't really want to tangle with no one. It's just that, you know what I mean? When you fear you're going to get killed, then you got retaliate, ain't you? Like, you know what I mean? I always fought in fear, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if they got hold of me, I knew they were going to bust me up, like.
Which is what makes you more
so
dangerous.
I had to keep on top of all the time. I mean, Lenny McLean, I bumped into Lenny, like, we had a bit of a falling out. Total admire him, like, I loved the way he was, his approach. And you see him in films and adverts, it's fantastic.
Yeah, he looked the
what I mean?
part, didn't he?
He did look. I thought he was a professional minder for Prince.
Yeah, he looked over at you, didn't
He look, oh, fuck, yeah. He looked, and I thought, I was thinking, how am I going to do him, like, you know what I mean? And thank God, like, that there was no icon, there was no real, you know what I mean? I knew he was there, he knew who I was. What happened, I said about Michael Dick, it was Michael Dick what wound the Wembley security up, like, he wanted to fight them because they were rude to us. And we were working for Prince at the time. Yeah. Michael Dick, oh, God bless his soul now, I loved him to pieces. I was his best man at his wedding. Yeah. He died the other week, like a week after Dave Courtney. Like, God bless you, Dave Courtney. I love you, mate. I know you're both at the Promised Land, and we will meet again in the Promised Land. God bless you, and I'm so sad for your families, friends, and everyone. Like, you know, this bubble we got now, I know I'm going to treasure it for the rest of my life. And I'm just grateful that I'm in this bubble. Not that I'm top of the bubble or bottom or anywhere. I'm just amongst these proper geezers. These geezers what you just don't come across, mate. You know what I mean? And just to be here amongst them, it is unbelievable, like, unbelievable. But there have been some tough boys, like, you know what I mean? Tough boys at Oxford, like,
Lee Hasdell up this way.
I'll tell you one fella, Lee Hasdell, Vic Wright. I'll tell you who was the bloke from Dunstable, and he's only up the road from me, only about a 20-minute drive. Cliff Fields. But Cliff was very feared. Yeah, I mean, at the time he was feared more than Lenny McLean.
Yeah, well, he beat Lenny twice.
Well, because he beat Lenny twice. And
he's from our area,
yeah. Legend. And he was about like around here, you know what I mean? That's before Milton Keynes was there. And you used to get stories fed back to you, like he'd walk in a pub and beat 20 blokes.
Yeah. He wasn't a troublemaker either, though, Cliff.
No, but he
wouldn't.
He didn't care if he got started.
Yeah, he was tough.
He was tough, like, you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? I admired him, and I didn't know one day I'd be up there with him, right? But you know what I mean. That's only come because I didn't really want to fight anyone. They come after me, like.
But you've never backed down from a fight, and you've always fought gangs. And
I would now. I'm still in the 60s now. I wouldn't fight no one, boys.
Thank you, mate. Cheers,
lovely. My wife would, but I wouldn't. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. That was from Vinny. Cheers, Vinny. Controversial question for Kevin. Many prisoners maintain their... This is from, Philbo 2152. Never my glasses.
Hawaii 5-0, actually, right?
Yeah. Controversial question for Kevin. Many prisoners maintain their innocence. What does he think about the old saying that those who say they're innocent are probably guilty of something?
Well, if you had 90,000 people in prison now, that means they're all guilty.
Yeah. Yeah, and look how many people get found to be the people in the death sentence in America proven innocent after they've been.
You do hear a lot more of it at the moment because of recent publicity and miscarriage of justice, but it's forever in the news. It's not a year that doesn't go by where there's a miscarriage of justice. Why did the Court of Appeal? There's hundreds of miscarriages of justice a year that are not reported on.
Can we talk about Jason Moore? Jason Moore.
Jason Moore's a prime example of that. Okay, shouldn't be in prison now. Doesn't even meet the descriptions, but yeah, prime example. But those that have actually had their convictions squashed, the Court of Appeal squash hundreds of convictions a year that aren't reported on, but they're not high profile. They actually squash them, bang, out the door, and compensation, because it's a miscarriage of justice, not an unsafe conviction. Which the difference between the two is, did you do it, didn't you do it, you had something to do with it, we're not quite sure, under those rulings. Whereas a miscarriage of justice is, you'd never done it, you was fitted up, blah, 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 new evidence has come to light. So they do happen, and think about all those people in there that are saying they never done it, as I'm saying I never done it, and we know we've done it because I've got copious amounts of evidence that supports that from police sources, intelligence reports, witnesses, etc., etc., etc. So my case and my claims are based on evidence. It's evidenced within the criminal justice system, which also supports what I say I never committed the murder. However, I do know myself of people that have served in sentences now for crimes they never committed. Peter O'Toole, he's doing a ridiculous sentence. I think he's got another 13 years, so he served 20. He's serving time for somebody else who did the crime. And you meet these people during their sentence, my sentence, and you do become aware of it because you're living amongst them, and it's commonly known. So, in terms of people who say they didn't do it, they did it, no, I don't agree with that. But thank you for the question.
Thank you.
What's that?
That double wink then. Hey. They get you on the ropes at times, don't they? Yeah.
I'm fine with them, but yeah.
So here we've got a question from Tim Robbie, 72. I hope you're well. Thank you, mate. Looking forward to Kevin and Norman. A couple of questions. In what year of Kevin's sentence was his lowest, and what was his favourite moment? At which jail? He's got a question for you after as well.
Lowest moment, well, obviously when I've got the lowest, one shock, what one's like shock and awe, bang, the door shuts on you, you've just been found guilty. But then I would say the hardest, it was most certainly, definitely, the hardest time for me and the lowest is when my fiancée Christian got killed in a car accident on the way to her mother's, and she leant over, turned the stereo off and hit another vehicle and died immediately. So that was the hardest for me, because someone pure and sweet, just sweet as a child and strong as a man, died. Misfitted school and turned into a beautiful swan, but continued in that manner, you know, friends with mum and dad, one friend, aerobics teacher in a little village that was happy with that in a little village hall, and then died. So that was hard for me to, you know, to see. If you've been out partying and drinking and madness like that, you can say, well, but no, innocently taken.
Yeah.
And she used to go down and sit in the church in the summer just to see the lights through the.
It makes you question, doesn't it? Why does that happen?
Mad. So that was the hardest, and the highest for me. Well, I had other hard times, but that was very hard for me, I have to tell you. Peter Fury used to come to the church for me when I broke my heart in the church, sobbed my eyes out, absolutely sobbed my eyes out. But the highest point for me, there's so many.
Got to involve the hooch.
The hooch. No, I've had some absolute. I cried at Christmas with laughter in a cell with a number of characters who are well known.
Well, Dave Gunn was one of them, wasn't he?
I've done. Dave Gunn was on Franklin on another wing, but other people along Larton, I cried with laughter. But probably the best time for me has to be being downgraded and told you're taken off of the book by Kath Franklin. Lovely lady, lovely screwess in the job. Would only speak to you if she knew you was all right. She'd ask you questions, but wouldn't engage with you if you knew you was a stink, you was an old arsehole or fucking smell about you. And she used to engage with certain people, and it was lovely. She goes, Kevin, I've got something to tell you. She said, you're off the cat A. I said, Cap, I said, I want to kiss you. I couldn't have heard it from such a nice person.
It's hope then, isn't it? That's it, you're the end.
And I heard it then, and I thought, I'm get out of this shit old cat A system. So that was massive for me.
Yeah. Lovely. So Tim, we've got another question. This is from Norman. He'd like to know, what was the most fear you've ever been in, and who scared you the most?
It's always got to be his wife.
Oh, yeah,
he didn't come home.
My wife, yeah, it's got to be my wife.
What's the most fear you've ever been in?
I don't know.
You don't get a lot of fear, do you?
No, but I get stressed. I'm easily stressed easy, like, you know what I mean? But then to double up on it, it's difficult, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I really don't know. I can't answer that.
Can I say one thing? I bumped into my mate yesterday. What day is it now? Yeah, 2 days ago. And he told me about when you got CS gassed by about 15 blokes down the road. Some of them are my friends. And he was laughing. He went, they come up to Norman, there's a big firm. Do you remember when they gassed you?
Straight in the eyes.
And they gassed Norman and he just went like that. Breathed it in and went towards him, didn't you?
Yeah, I got gassed before. I got gassed a couple of times before, so I knew what to expect.
Yeah, but you went at them.
Yeah, the first time I got gassed, I was on the toilet. My brother opened the door. I was having a pony, like, in a mobile home, like travellers, and he sprayed me in the eyes.
Yeah.
And that I'd never been sprayed with CS gas. I didn't even know what CS gas was. And I kicked off and I screaming and I'd run into things and everything, like, you know what I mean? And that was, do you know what? That was probably the most, thank you. That was the most feared I'd ever been.
Was it?
With a TS gas the first time. Because I didn't know what it was. You don't know what you're fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got it in your face, you're running fucking...
I've been gassed a couple of
all
times.
over, you know, you're half hanging out the toilet as well, like you're pooing. And
I bet we have a shit.
and your brother's kicking you and slapping you about at the same time, like, you know what I mean? You don't know what's going on, like, you know.
Can I say what my mate said happened after that? After the fight that happened, you bumped into these lot at the garage filling your car up. And they came up to Norman, and as they walked up to Norman, you had your hose in the petrol tank, and the bloke come up to you, who's my mate, Dave, and you went, "You're pretty brave coming up to me when I've got a petrol hose in my hand." You said to him, "I could pour it all over you now." And they were like, "Oh." But they were quite a well-known firm, they were. And you literally,
After the first time, I think that's the most I've ever feared was the tear gas. First time.
Yeah.
And I think I've said that a few times. Now you brought that up, and come to think about it, because I'd never heard of tear gas. I didn't know. It was like a bleach in your eyes. I thought my eyes are burning out. My nose, my throat, I couldn't breathe. I was screaming. I thought it could have been in a fire or something like. And after that, like I'd done my brother back.
Belgian police.
I got gassed by the ones in Iron Napa, and that gel. I've been gassed by the police over here, and I went through the gas and just chased the police. But when I got gassed in Iron Napa, it was gel. It landed on my face. It was like a lump. And it ruined me, and they'd come out with these sticks, and it was sticks.
It immobilises you.
Yeah, my last day on holiday. I was flying back that morning. I had to fight 5 doormen with bits of wood with gel in me.
After that, it never bothered me.
Good holiday.
Like, I found like the easiest thing is to do is just ignore it. Like, don't blink your eyes. Like, breathe slowly. Like, you know what I mean? And if you're going forward, carry on going forward. Like.
I've told you before, love. I'm not doing that. Not today on the first date. I don't care how many times you ask me.
Not unless I've got hooch.
Don't you to play tennis? My Moroccan beauty.
Hi everyone, so we're back again. Dave Gunn's arrived, so good to see you, Dave.
Good to see you, Matthew.
Good to see you.
Terrible traffic.
Yeah, you got stuck in traffic, didn't you, on the way down?
2.5 hours.
Yeah, so Dave was stuck in traffic, but good you're here, Dave, because I've got a question for you straight away from one of the subscribers. So the first question is, this is from Tada QU4YL. Can you ask Dave Gunn about Glen Parva Borstal when Warren Slaney knocked the screw out?
Yeah, 1983, about 17, Warren was about 16. There was a big screw they called Mr. Mate, wanker from Leicester, right bullying cunt, about 6'7", throwing his weight about. Started on Warren up the healthcare up the north end, and bullying him in the room. Me, Warren, Chopper Davis, my pal, was about 7 of us in there. And Warren says, "Watch this piece of shit, Dave." And he jumped up and smacked him straight under the fucking chin, lifted him off his feet, and leaned in his face, slapped him and says, "You piece of fucking dog shit." Warren was hard as fuck.
Because Warren was a professional boxer.
Pro boxer, big steel knuckle there, and can punch like fuck.
And he was fast.
Fast, rapid.
He was 5 foot, was he 5'8", 5'9"?
Warren's about 5'7", 5'8",
but can fight proper.
Fast as fuck. I mean, I'm fast. I could take a corner and head it in.
Brilliant.
Warren's fast as fuck, mate.
And also, someone else has asked. This is
fast.
This is the 209. Thank you for the question. Can you ask Dave Gunn about Warren? So he just wants to know about Warren. What was Warren like?
Warren has always been paranoid. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a fucker if you're on the wrong side of him, but me and Warren have always been like that.
Yeah.
Warren and Colin spoke, but they were too much alike, so they half kept away from each other.
They clash.
But, yeah, clash. But me and Warren was good as gold, mate, since
always gone with him.
Old.
So you've known him for what, nearly?
Since I was 17, and he was 16. Yeah.
Do you keep in touch nowadays?
When I was in Welford Road the other year, I wrote to him because his cousin was there, Michael Slaney, and I said, "Here's Warren's address." He was on the SSU at Wakefield, so I wrote to him. He never replied, so I wrote him again. He never replied, so I thought he's obviously not getting them. But I think the word of Warren is good stuff.
What would you think makes him such a dangerous fighter? Is in the system?
He's just formidable, isn't he? You know, it's about mind and matter, and you don't mind. And you don't fucking matter, and he'll fucking clump you.
His mindset.
Warren's got a lot of anger, so you have to understand what he's been through. He's in a system where it's full on run on violence. He's in the seg. He's getting bent up all the time.
Yeah, twisted.
So he only knows that because that's what he's living.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, people get that. So he's game as fuck. He don't give up monkeys about who you are.
Fight anyone.
Fight anyone. But I tell you something now, what people don't know about Warren is, those that he does have around him, he knows are really good people.
Good people don't have contract.
So he doesn't suffer any fools.
At all.
At all.
He'll only have good people.
At
Don't
all.
speak to you.
At all,
Don't
mate.
speak to you.
Fucking at all.
Yeah.
And I love Warren for that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've been able to have conversations with Warren that he would kill you for normally.
Yeah. But when you're close,
He trusts you.
He trusts
you.
me. He trusts me and trusts Dave and there's other people. Very few, I'm telling
Very
you.
far.
Do you think he'll be getting out or not?
I
What's
hope
the
so.
situation?
He's going to struggle, mate.
Yeah.
I really hope so. His mum, his lad Jake, they've all fought vehemently for it. You know, they have marches and everything. They're fighting for him, but
Yeah. Do they do
Well,
marches
listen.
up there today?
they've had marches
Yeah.
in Leicester, London, everywhere.
It's more about
Have they gone
Warren.
to Downing Street and all that as well?
Yeah.
His boy was a good snooker player,
Yeah.
his boy, but what Warren's being released will come down to his behaviour in prison. And if they're saying you are a control risk, then you're definitely not going to be
You're not going
released
to get
into the
out. You
street.
can't be controlled.
Because you can't be released into society
Yeah.
until you are deemed suitable
Yeah.
Yeah.
within
You've
the
got to-
public.
especially as a life sentence prisoner. Obviously, I mean, he's well over tariff now, but you've got to minimise your risk, haven't you? You've got to be low risk to get out, or,
Stop
is it-
hitting
or
people.
medium, and he's still
Yeah.
high risk, same as I was.
And it's hard when you're in that frame of mind in there and you're getting the
But
idiots
it's one
you
on
get.
violence.
Well, he's
And
not.
people
He's on the
understand
SSUs, isn't he? So he's,
Oh, so he's only
yeah,
segregated,
he's not
only
going
a
to
small
conform.
amount.
And, well, you're not going to mix with him anyway. He's not going to conform. They're going to be in his cell digging him out, and he's going to swing at them.
Yeah.
And so he's going to have it all the time, isn't it, Kev?
Yeah.
That's what happens, man.
Yeah.
Nice one, lads. Thank you for that. This is from Lee6702. Can you ask Kevin, thank you for the question, can you ask Kevin about Paul Ferris? I know they did time together and Paul speaks highly of Kevin. Thank you.
Well, the wee man. So Paul was the first person I met, and I landed in Franklin. I arrived there. I don't mind speaking about this, but it isn't putting my chest out, so just bear that in mind. So and this is only as a result of hearing other people speak about when Cat A's landed in a prison. So I never really thought about it as much as other people see it, because I was just living it. But they said, like, the helicopter above the prison, all the staff are being briefed. There's an excitement about the Nick who's arrived. It's a Cat A. I was high risk at the time. And I arrived in Franklin, and I walked into like a big barn type prison, new to me. And the wee man come up to me, he's gone, "Way aye, Kevin, lad." No, I didn't, that's a fucking Geordie accent. He goes, "Right, Kevin," he says, "My name's Paul Ferris." I said, "Oh, nice to meet you, Paul." He said he had some cleaning materials, like a spray bottle. You're not meant to have them, staff let certain people have them, but you're not meant to have them because you spray acid or whatever in someone's face. So I never knew who he was or anything, and then had a drink with him. And
That's nice he came up to you and said, look, that's what...
oh, gentleman,
How nice is that? Yeah.
absolute gentleman, Paul, and a real good crack.
Yeah.
Right, in your corner, wrote about me in his book, started bringing awareness to my case.
I've seen him with a t-shirt on with the free Kevin Lane.
Yeah, Paul. I think, honestly, he's done a fair bit for me, Paul. And yeah, right, good lad.
Good.
Thank you. And the film was great. I have to say, I thought the film was brilliant.
One of the better gangster films.
Yeah,
One of the better
no,
ones.
real life. I mean, bloody
Yeah.
hell, let's have it right. There's a lot of tragedy in that film, but yeah, Paul.
Yeah.
I think he's the. I've got a lot of time for Paul. I love him to bits.
Thank you, Les, for that question. Cheers, Kevin.
Hey, man. Yeah, you can rely on me.
We've got a question, another question for Dave Gunn from my mate from the Inquirer, Ben. My mate Ben. How you doing, Ben?
Nice, Ben.
He's put, can you ask Dave Gunn if he knows the Froch family, Carl and Lee Froch? And did you serve time with any boxers? Obviously.
Well, there's a few boxing. I never really served time with professional boxers. A few amateur boxers and that in the day. Obviously, Warren was one of the toughest boxers I've ever served time with. But Froch, can't stand the cunt. Can't stand him.
I don't like him either.
I don't like his brother. Don't like none of them. I mean, they're living in my mate Danny, but I don't
He was
like
rude
him.
to me when I boxed in the amateurs with him. We were in the ABA final together, so we had a dressing room. And I went up to him a couple of years ago and I said, "How you doing, Carl?" And he blanked me.
Yeah.
And I thought, flipping hell, we were amateurs together in the same... I know he's become world champion, but
Yeah.
I thought there's no need to be disrespectful.
Yeah. My pals flew out to Vegas to watch him box. He come walking up to the lift. They're all from Nottingham. He said, "Yes, Carl." No pictures, no autograph, fuck off. I'm going, they left and fucked off.
That's no way.
Piece of shit.
Fucking hell, I never knew that.
Yeah, don't waste your
That's a
breath.
shame, because you see, like now, if ever I'd have seen him outside, I'd have
get young.
like
You
weeded,
would have got
you know.
young.
But you would conduct yourself, say, hello, Carl, how are you? Like, as a boxer, as a man's man, to be rude of you, and to be very disappointed with that.
You would, wouldn't you?
You would be
when you're world
annoyed.
champion as well, like you're some iron mighty cunt.
Yeah.
You know. Fuck him.
No offence, Cole, but that
Fuck
don't
you,
make
Cole.
no difference to me,
Fuck
or
you.
him, or him, or him.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
All right,
you don't.
All right.
We've mixed with, you don't.
But you listen, you're a fucking worthy world champion.
Yeah,
Same
he's a good world
World
champion.
champion.
Very respect you.
Too
on that,
arrogant,
mate.
man.
He might have had a bad day a few times, but it seems consistent. That's all I'm saying. If I was a barrister, you'd be banged to rights.
I was a judge
Right,
young.
got a question for Norman.
Around the estate.
Right, we've got a question for Norman. This is from John Doe, RN6PZ. I remember Mr. Buckland, aka the Guv'nor, many years ago. He came into a pub where I was working on the door, and there was definitely a presence about him, which is true. That's for sure. Question: out of the modern heavyweight division, who would you like to spar? Out of the modern heavyweights,
Well, it's got to be the
Tyson.
Tyson Fury.
You'd like to spar him? You'd like to
Well,
spar
not
him?
now. I'm too old now. You know
Yeah,
what
when
I
you're
mean?
in your prime.
In my prime, yeah. I don't think I could have laid a glove on him. Like,
I didn't when I sparred him.
you know what I mean? But
One punch.
yeah,
that was it.
I would have loved to. I mean, I would have sparred with anyone. But
Yeah.
I'm not saying I could have beaten anyone.
Yeah.
But you know, I would have gone in with anyone. Mike Tyson, even.
Yeah,
Mike Tyson.
I would love to.
George Foreman.
George Foreman, yeah.
Muhammad Ali. Oh, who wouldn't? I'd jump in with Muhammad Ali. Yeah, he beat me hard, but I don't care. I wouldn't
That's
mind
why I
hiding
sparred.
off it.
Yeah, you would have sparred with the best.
I mean, the best there is, like, you know what I mean? I would have tried standing my ground,
Yeah.
you know, as best I could, like. And maybe after the beating, I might have laughed about it, like. Is that all you got?
Is that all you can
Is
do?
that all you got? I can only say that after. You really give me a moron by saying that in there. But no, you got to. I treasure people. I'd never play anyone against each other.
Yeah.
I admire people and I love people.
Yeah.
I love everyone. And this is what coming and meeting you guys and that is something special for me,
Great.
like. Because you're lovely people, like.
Thank you, mate.
And the people you're talking about, would you go? Of course I would. Because I love them, like. I respect them. Yeah, but they could beat you up. So, yeah, well, let them beat me up, like. At least I've had a go.
That's what I think.
Well, I've never been beaten, like. So I can say, at least Muhammad Ali beat me up,
Yeah.
like, you know.
Exactly.
It doesn't
There's
really
no shame.
matter.
There's no shame.
Tyson Fury getting beaten up by Tyson, it doesn't bother me, like, because he's a legend, like, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
And he obviously.
Thank you, mate.
I
Cheers,
wouldn't
Norman.
fight him or him. I wouldn't fight him too. I'd fight him, but not him too. Nor him, mate. He's the hardest puncher that's ever hit me. Knocked me down.
That was the
In the
next. That was the
street.
next question.
Yeah.
Who's the hardest puncher?
You! I keep telling you, I've never come. The only two blokes he's ever lost to is AJ and
James
James Toney,
I did
5 times world champion at 5 different weights. And I saw him last week on YouTube fighting again.
Razor Ruddock. Yeah.
Unbelievable, mate. The man is the only bloke that's never been knocked down.
Yeah.
No, never been knocked out.
90-something fights.
Never been knocked out.
You broke that punch ball thing, you fucking broke it, man.
Yeah.
You broke it.
They got me up the fair, didn't they, Milton Keynes? They said the Travers, they said some big bloke coming up there. Kid Brecken, can you stand here tonight? I said, is that Matt Legg? Yeah, big. I said, yeah. I said, I
What's that, lad?
Chinese! Yeah, he fucking broke it. It's gone bang in it. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
yeah, he banged, and they don't, it just, that's it, it's broken. It done nothing. Like, you know what I mean?
They weren't very happy.
Right. So thank you, Norman. That was a question from.
He's the only bloke that breaks punch machines.
That was a question.
For fun.
That was from JG, and also JG asked Mr. Lane. He's put Mr. L.
Thank you very much.
How did you get your head around being in prison but being innocent?
Got pissed a lot and trained. Yeah, that's it really. You got to take the fight. If you don't feel like you're getting out of that belly of the beast, a big hole.
Yeah.
You've got to have some form of think you're doing something, otherwise it kills you, for me, not to be doing anything. So I fought my case, didn't have a telly for 20 years, and I trained hard and I got drunk and had nice parties. And I laughed and cried with my friends, crime of laughter I say, and danced ball like I was John Travolta. And I'm telling you now, I fucking thought I was. And so did my mates, I've got to tell you. Honestly, when you're rat-arsed, but the bigger picture here is this, is you're having a release that you don't get if you're not having a drink in prison. So if you go through 20 years without releasing that emotion, of having a laugh and heartfelt stuff.
The best people you've ever met.
Oh, Dave, the best,
the best,
Dave.
man.
And, so, and you know, would get up on stand up on a train for you. And step in if someone was going to harm you.
Yeah.
And yet, you know, and they're the type of men that you want around you in society. But the question was again, sorry.
No, you answered it.
Yeah, there we go.
No, hold on. It was. How did you get? Yeah, you've answered it. How did you get your head around being in Nick when you were innocent?
I just trained very hard.
You were angry though.
Yeah, worked on my case all the time. Like I said, not had a TV, so I was work, train in the gyms. Gym orderly for 12 years towards my later parts. So my category wouldn't allow me in the gym to work in there. And I drank.
Your own hooch. So, someone's got a question about your hooch, by the way. Let me find a question. Someone's asked if your hooch is going to be made.
Yes.
Oh, right.
I'm going to become a brand, apparently.
So let me find out
a misfit.
Here we go. Sean Newton. Thank you, Sean. Sean's one of my. He was there at the beginning of my channel, at the very start. So thank you, Sean. Can you ask Kev where you can get his hooch from? You can't. Yeah, but well, I've had some.
I'm in discussion with. I've got some a number of things happening in the film being written by some script writers called the Lennox Brothers. Right, good lads, proper nice fellas and all. And if that goes, so I'll become a brand. But then I'm also in discussion with Sid Owen from EastEnders and Marcus Luther from Gogglebox. And I shook their hand on it. I said I'd go into production with them, so they want to talk to me about manufacturing, distributing it on a worldwide scale. So that's where we are with that, because the demand for it is
100%.
It's mad, Dave.
Everyone loves it.
Loves it, especially like how I make mine. I do make it because I had 20 years to make a lovely booze.
It got tested at 37%.
37%. My best mate over there is a seasoned drinker, Rodney, and he gets some of that, and he goes, "That's proper clobber." Proper clobber. He goes.
My boy had it, and he loved it. I've got to say as well. So when you two first met. What prison was that in?
Was it Franklin? Franklin.
What year would that have been?
Peter O'Toole.
No, yeah, Peter O'Toole. Yeah, when was that, Kev? 08, 09, wasn't it? No, what was it? No, later. I did them all.
When did you get away then? When did you get away?
I went to Swaleside from there, didn't I? So for that CSC.
I thought it might have been 2000.
Yeah, no, because I
2004.
I got out in 09 from Loudon, so it would have been 07. Would have been 07. I would come from full.
So you became friends then when you first met each other.
So
I'd always knew about Kev.
Did you hear about Kev?
Yes, I did.
So he's a legend in the system.
Yeah, Kev.
I love this man. Dave,
early night off, lay him out. Then walk off doing the catwalk.
Yes, so you first heard of Kev.
Yeah, I was good stuff about Kev. Before I met him, and then I met him. And then I used to hide from him because he wanted me on the rower. He used to fault me, Matt.
Fucking egg, I don't fucking he's avoiding me. Go in
there and get that fat cunt.
No, he weren't like that, he just liked a chick.
Right, got another question here. This is from Peter Rambley 9952. Ask Kev if he can tell the story on the C&I Country Club South Ruislip when everyone got nicked. Was it called Amarettos then?
Yes.
Is that a story you can talk about? Oh.
Yes, something happened. So what happened was, I can't give their names, but there was a disturbance with doorman on there, and there was someone there with their daughter and someone else, and problems happened on that evening with the doorman, and the doorman got out of hand. And what happened was that couple of van loads of bloke went back that night, drove the van into the front of the club, set about the doorman quite severely, and subsequently arrested and sent. Some of them were sent to prison for that, and some weren't.
Right.
And that was quite a serious incident at the time.
What year was that then? 90s?
80s.
80s?
80s.
Yeah.
Which is when you first started doing it, the door work.
Yeah, it weren't me.
No.
Officer!
No, actually, you weren't doing doors. You did
I was doing
doors
door at 18.
in the 80s or 90s?
In the 80s. I was on the door at 18.
Yeah.
That's why people thought I was a manager.
Yeah.
I'd come up to you and talk to you. You know
Well, you've got an easy going. That's what, and same with Norman.
no,
It's
fucking,
how you
know.
need to be on the door.
Yeah, got to be.
Yeah,
You can't be a big
They don't feel
aggressive.
threatened, so you've got a door,
Yeah.
haven't you?
You're there to
you can
stop
talk
trouble.
to people.
You're there to stop trouble. That's what I said. I said that's what I always say to them. I said I'm here to look after you. You know what I mean? I'm not your enemy. I'm here to look after you.
I said that to the mother of my child. Ended up with 2.
Got a good one here. This is from Ainsley. It looks like Harriet, but I can't see the rest. But Ainsley H8 it says. This will be good. Kev's a positive bloke, always smiling. Mr. Gunn, my best pal, is locked up in Long Lartin with Colin. Yeah. They're good pals. So say hello to Dave from me.
Lovely, that's proper.
Tell him it's been.
my brother.
Hold on. Tell him it's been good for my mate who's locked up with Colin.
Yeah.
Because it's his biggest sentence and he's just got a 17. And Colin has told him to stay away from certain negative people in there. He's been a big help.
I spoke to this fella on YouTube, on your channel.
Oh, did you?
On the comments.
Oh,
yeah.
so you know, yeah.
It must be him, yeah, because his best friend was locked up with Colin, and he told me how Colin had helped him and everything.
Yeah, he's saying thank you for that. Yeah,
bless
he's
you,
helped him.
man, mate.
You get a lot like you guys. You get a lot of nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
And people what can help you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, not everyone in
people do
prison
help
comes.
other people. You know what I mean?
Here's a question for all of you, and this is one I was going to ask you myself. Starting with Norman. Who is your favourite boxer of all time? Just one boxer.
Joe Bugner. I love Joe.
Do you like Joe Bugner?
It's a shame now, but maybe because I used to have the same hair as it, all the frizzy hair and all that.
So Bugner, he fought Ali twice and Joe Frazier.
It's got to be Ali and Mike Tyson and George Foreman.
I like Tyson.
I'll be honest, I love them all.
Lewis.
And I love all the losers as well. People have gone in there and they've tried their best.
There's no losers in my eyes. If you get in the ring,
it's a shame because to make the winners, there's got to be losers. And so shake a winner's hand, I'll shake a loser's hand as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dead right.
So yours, fantastic. So Tyson, Foreman. Who's yours, Dave?
I like Mike Tyson. Always liked him without the earache.
Oh, and the Gypsy King.
I
can't forget the Gypsy King.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson was the most exciting.
Ferocious.
Do you remember we used to stay up till 4 in the morning
to watch his fights?
Yeah.
He's ferocious. That's exactly what he was.
Ferocious.
He destroyed you.
He was exciting. Punch from the floor and took you off your feet.
He's the best heavyweight around ever.
Yeah.
Sorry to say, in my opinion.
The sad thing is, he's not allowed in Britain
ferocious and
now.
destroying people.
He's not allowed in Britain now, but he's come over 3 or 4 times. I've met him 3 or 4 times. I've had dinner with him one time, which is my dream come true.
I've seen you shake his hand.
My dream come true to have dinner with Mike Tyson, but he's not allowed.
Look, I've shook the hand. Shook the hand with the champion.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Kev, who's
and
your
these
favourite?
2 chaps as well. I've shook their hands.
100%, man.
Right, so I would like to just be clear on this. So you've got, I think Muhammad Ali for many reasons, Mike Tyson, as in Traveller Mike Tyson, for many reasons. But for the best fighter, I think if you put him in front of anyone, okay, and he proved that relentlessly through his. No, I think fucking young Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah.
Because he was ferocious.
20-year-old.
Every punch hurt you or destroyed you. Fast and furious,
aggressive,
in your face.
Head movement.
So you got Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. Yeah. If he's holding in close, that will not work with Tyson because he's just letting off. And he's letting off in body shots, heads, everything.
Lennox Lewis said that after beating Mike Tyson at 19 years of age, no one could have beat Mike Tyson. And that was after Lennox Lewis beat Mike Tyson.
Lennox said if I'd have fought him when I was younger, it would have been a different story.
He said no one could beat him at 19 years
So that's
of
from
age.
Lennox. But Lennox did spar Tyson as teenagers.
But he got better as he sparred.
And Holyfield used to spar Mike when they were teenagers. So Holyfield knew Tyson before they fought. So Holyfield already had an idea about what's coming, and he wasn't bothered.
If you just look at that,
I met Holyfield. He said it on the stage.
Yeah. I think he's one of the greatest boxers.
Holyfield's one of my favourites as well.
Lennox Lewis.
And what a good man as well. Yeah, Holyfield and Lennox. Yeah.
I love Holyfield.
He's got the biggest heart.
But he's great, I did.
Yeah, and to take Mike Tyson's punches and just come back and
If you look at the age group of the era and the amount of classy, world-class heavyweight boxers that were around at that time, it was major TV all the time, major everything. It's far. Well, we've got a lot of hype in it now in the heavyweight division, but I think honestly, pound for pound, back then, I think the boxers. There's a lot more of them.
yeah, and they all fought each other.
They've done a lot more pedigree to them.
They all fought each other.
And through the ranks, me and Norman will talk about
fantastic, it was
it.
great.
They might have had 60 or 100 fights as an amateur.
Yeah.
They might have had 60 or 70 fights
Oh,
as
it
a
was
pro.
class
Yeah.
when
Fucking
it
different
class.
class of fighting, in my
Class.
understanding.
I agree.
And Tyson went through
Fantastic.
all of them.
The lot.
So thank you, lads, for coming down. And
Look, see you. Nice
It's
to meet the
been an
lads.
honour to be with these gentlemen. I am absolutely overwhelmed.
Thank you.
I feel great.
Likewise.
My depression, I had a bit of depression, it's gone now.
So hold on,
Totally
I've got
gone.
something that might help you out there. Because, David, tell me what it's open.
I think these boys have given me a lift out of depression.
So just quickly, Matty's asked me to do a promotion for Viagra. He's now promoting during his adverts. It's called One Stop Non-Stop.
thank you, lads. What a lovely interview. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the interview, and I'll see you all soon.